Guess who's back?
Back again. Mommy's back.
So tell a friend and a friend. Today we are coming with another video, a very interesting topic, which for a while I've never sort of like felt the need to do a video on this until quite a few of you popped up to me on Snapchat. Oh, by the way, I've got my own Instagram, guys. I'm now on Instagram.
Yeah,
officially.
Now on Instagram, guys.
Yeah, so please follow me on Instagram. And on Instagram, I'm mama.diosa. That's my name on Instagram. So follow me on Instagram. So anyway, like I was saying, back to the matter. Many of you have been coming via Snapchat, inboxing me, asking why I am this confident. And you've wanted me to talk about body confidence, being comfortable in your own skin. It's such a broad topic for me to sort of like address, because body confidence, being okay with the skin you are in, is very personal to everyone. I mean, my personal journey to get to where I am now has not been an easy journey, and it has been very difficult because when I was younger, like many of you here, I had a very traumatic accident which involves me getting burnt. I suffered 3rd-degree burns on my left thigh and 3rd-degree burns on my right thigh. So to me, that was very traumatic. So I'm going to sort of like take you back to that time. So when I was 16, we used to, like any other Zimbabwean family, we used to have a side hustle. We used to sell cool drinks. And our cool drinks, we used to use these big deep freezers, which were powered by a paraffin burner at the back. So, when I was younger, I was very about my miniskirts. Yes, guys, I've loved short clothes from the time I was younger. And so I was wearing it was a lovely Saturday, nothing was happening. I was wearing my lovely nylon type mini skirts, and I went to help serve the drinks. So obviously, you had to have enough paraffin in the burner to make sure that the deep freezer was working. So when it was my turn to go, I had to top up on the paraffin. Being a teenager and feeling, right, I'll just do shortcuts, I decided to put paraffin as the burner was still on. So it sort of like blew up, and when it blew up, I poured paraffin on myself by mistake, and I lit up, guys, and I burnt. So the first feeling for me was I need to run. So I started running, and as I was running, because I was covered in flames, a few people decided to sort of like pave way for me to run, because it's scary to see somebody burning. So after maybe, and in my head this feels like it lasted an hour, 2 hours, but actually I think the whole thing happened in less than 5 minutes, guys. In less than 5 minutes, I lost my amazing legs. Because I used to pride in my amazing light-skinned thighs. That's why I was always in miniskirts. I also sustained another burn here because I was trying to extinguish myself. So, and I lost my nails as well from the burns, because I bent. If you see, I've got a bit of discoloration here. So I was only 16 when this happened, and I was still in school in my prime, and my world changed in less than 24 hours, and I had to go into hospital for rehab, for grafting, and I was in hospital for more than 6 months. So why am I sharing this today? I'm sharing this because it is very important, because I can relate to some people who've struggled a lot. Because when it came after 16, life has to carry on after any traumatic incident. You do not stop breathing unless you die. If you're still alive, you have to carry on. So I had to carry on. At that very young age, I had to regroup myself. I had to reinvent myself. These terms, I didn't know them then. I knew that I had to come out and live with these huge, massive scars that were staring at me. And when you're very young, body image is everything. You know, I don't care what anyone says. When you're young, body image is everything, because you want to fit in, you want to look exactly like your peers. And I can understand why some of you do struggle, because some of you were popping up to me because you've got very bad scarring from your acne, and some of you are thinking that you're a bit thick and things like that. So from the age of 16, I struggled with those scars, because I would look at them and think, I am so ugly. I would look at them and think, oh my goodness me, I'm hideous. And all these are internal voices. And bear in mind, the other feedback you get from the community is you need to cover them up. You don't want people seeing that. You need to cover them, because, you know, they are, as if it's something that I'm supposed to be ashamed of. So 16, 17, 18, I don't think I was depressed, but I was ashamed of my body. So I would always make sure that I was covered. I would make sure I wore the longest dresses ever. I never liked long things, guys, but I had to. And also comes the point of dating. You want to start dating, you want to start looking for, you know, lifetime partners and whatever, and you have those scars that you haven't dealt with yourselves, you know, yourself, and just, you know, all that internal process is going. So it's a lot, and I can totally relate when somebody says, I am struggling. Because people have got a tendency of minimizing. You know, when you say to somebody, when somebody says to you, oh, I'm really, really ashamed of this guy, and people go, ah, that's nothing. To you is something, because there is always stories around them, the shame, the wanting to fit in, and I can totally relate with that. So how did I get to where I am now? I got to where I am now because some of it is maturity, number one. Number two, I surrounded myself with people who genuinely love me. And also, I started thinking in a very philosophical way about my scars. My scars are a sign that I survived that traumatic day. My scars mean that I survived to tell the story, you know. So to me, it took a long time to get where I am. Right now I wear what I want. I still have reverted to wearing my short skirts. You sometimes see me rocking a short skirt, and my scars, you know, because they took some, you'll see we've taken a few photos for the thumbnail. They took some skin from my lower thighs to do some grafting. So I've got scars, you know, I'm scars galore. But you know what? It doesn't faze me, because I know that's going to be part of who I am. I'm not going to hide them for anyone. If anyone asks me about them, I will talk about them. I'll tell them about them. I don't need to shy away from them, because they're part of who I am. They define me post 16 years old. I've had this scars since I was 16. Before that, I don't remember what my legs look like from. I can't even remember. I knew I had very light-skinned thighs, and the boys liked them, but not anymore. This is my new reality, and I have had, and it's a journey, guys. It's a journey. But what I'm trying to say to you is, tell yourself something positive about yourself every day. You will get there. So if you've got these horrible marks or scarring, or, you know, there's something about you cannot change, living with it is the best thing. And tell yourself every day that I'm going to love this new reality. This is now my new reality. And once you do that, you find that, guys, it gets better. It does get better. Right now, I don't care. If anyone looks at my thighs and goes, you know, a bit like, I just go, what? What? Because I'm alive. I'm still walking. I'm not maimed. These scars show that I'm a survivor. The trauma that came with it, the healing that came with it, they're only scars, guys. They don't hurt me. They don't give me any pain or any sort of, you know, if you see me, I am the best version of myself. But what I'm trying to say to anyone watching this video is, it is a process, and it's a process that you have to live day by day. And sometimes you have to breathe through the painful days. For some days you wake up not feeling in love with yourself, or somebody has said something that is not very kind. Because let me tell you something, people are unkind. But like anything else, breathe through it, live through it, And tell yourself positive affirmation. Surround yourself with love. Surround yourself with people who understand you and who unconditionally care and love you. And the rest doesn't really matter. This is why I am here. This is why I can dance, I can breathe. Because the gift of life was, I was given a second chance. I could have died, but I didn't. And if I died at that age, I wouldn't have had my children. I wouldn't have had the life I am living now. So if you look at it from a bigger picture, there's a lot to celebrate more than my scars. That's why I carry myself the way I carry myself. Because every day to me is a celebration. I celebrate life. I enjoy life. And that's what I'll continue doing regardless.
It's something that everyone struggles with, or at any point of their life, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, there are things that you think back when you were younger, it bothered you more than it does now, or you don't even care now. But then when you look back at it, you're like, why was I ever bothered in the first place?
Exactly.
But I do think something as severe as you getting burnt when you were younger, that's a story. That's something to talk about. I'm not trying to put down anyone else's body image. I feel like everyone has different things, aren't you saying? Like, I can't compare my spots or my scarring to your situation because they're completely two different.
I know that my situation
you get
was
what I'm trying to go
exactly.
with it?
Because what Messi is trying to say is true, and I agree with her to a certain extent that, sometimes people have had worse off situations than what your little pimple would be. But sometimes some people's pimples are catastrophic. That's why I'm saying it's very subjective to you, and how you deal with it is also subjective to you. You can choose to stop living and focus on everything that is negative about you.
Yeah, you can do that. In life, you can do that. You can choose to not focus on the positive and look at everything that's negative. But it's just good to remind yourself that your situation that you're in is not the worst, because there's somebody else that's far off. Do you get what I'm saying? But I do think body positivity is something that you have to learn. It just doesn't, you don't wake up and you're confident about your body and you love everything about your body. It's a journey.
It is a journey. And also, like what Messi is saying, it's a very personal process and a personal journey as well. So depending with what story is attached to it, if you've been bullied because of your acne, it is definitely going to be traumatic to you. But are you going to live in that? Is that going to be your truth? Are you going to give people power over how you look? Or are you going to, live in your own truth, redefine who you are? I do not let my scars define me, guys. They've never defined me.
And they should never.
Never. Even when I was struggling with my body image, because yes, I did struggle a lot. Even when I was struggling, never at any point did I. It was a new version of me.
Has people's opinions ever had an impact on you? Has someone ever said something to you that
I think
that has made you upset or think about it?
No, and why I'm saying no. I'm not saying no because I'm the strongest person in the world. I'm saying no because my stay in hospital made me really, 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 really value life, if you like. So to me, when I came out of hospital, yes, I would have bad days like everybody else, but I would think of the amount of people who came and died and didn't get to walk out of that hospital on their own 2 feet.
Yeah.
So whenever I thought of that, even if I was having a bad day, this is it. I think this is where you were saying about how traumatic some situations are. The trauma was not only on me being burnt, the trauma was seeing people come in and come out in body bags. Seeing somebody I was
because you were there for a long time.
Exactly, I was there for a long time.
Psychologically not.
Yeah. So that confinement, that's not the inability to know what was on Radio 3 and what charts were topping, what were my friends doing, and all those things. That absence of freedom for me to do what I liked, to me, was bigger than the scars. Because if anyone had said to me today, right, can you walk out with the way you are and start enjoying life, I would have left. So where am I going with this? What I'm trying to say is, how, if you look at, to me, it was a life and death situation. I could have died, and I saw other people die from it. And because I was there for 6 months, it meant that I could have died from it. So because I survived it, the scars were probably in my head a sign of a battle I won, you know. But for some people, if you've got acne, come on, you just think, you know, I was just dealt the short end of the stick.
With what I see, and I think social media has a lot to do with it as well, to where we look at these people and we think they're perfect, and most of the stuff that people pick about themselves is, oh, my stomach is a bit flabby, I want a six-pack, oh, my skin is so bad, I need to go get those. I don't know, guys, I've seen people that look absolutely normal to me, like behave in such a manner or really feel a certain way about themselves. And me knowing somebody, like, you know, me having a mom who's got third-degree burns all over her legs, and I'm thinking, and I used to look at myself like that. I think I've picked at myself, like I would come to uni and complain about stupid things like, oh mom, I look this way, or oh mom, I'm not happy about this. There wasn't a time when I was like surgery this, surgery that. I would say to mom, I'm gonna get butt implants, I don't like my bum. And then she had to remind me a bit, like, come on sis.
Yeah, because sometimes you have to put things in perspective.
You have to put things into perspective.
Exactly, you have to put things in perspective. And also the other thing I want to say to people who've got platforms like these and have got a huge following, if you've got a social responsibility to preach body confidence. By body confidence, I do not mean to promote bad unhealthy lifestyles. You know, I'm not saying that, but what I'm saying is, you know, to not always go, because I know some people, I go on some channels and the people are like size 0 and they're saying, oh, I need to go and get this changed. What are you saying to the young people who are already having serious weight issues, and you are at your almost perfect figure, are complaining and saying, I need to change that? We have a social responsibility to protect our sisters, our brothers, by being realistic about, you know, body image. Because we should be able to be comfortable, if not happy, comfortable in our own skin. So if we as people, we have got people who watch us and have got millions of views and whatever, are preaching that it's not okay to have just a little, not to have a butt, go and get a butt lift. We are doing something wrong. So what I'm trying to say is, whatever we do, we have to be comfortable and happy with the body we are in, because we're not going to have a change of this body. We're going to grow old with it. So, you know, things that we have within it are supposed to be part and parcel of us. So that's my own 2 cents. As usual, at the end of this, we always want to thank you, our loyal viewers, our new subscribers who've joined us. Thank you very much, because you are the ones who keep us going and who give us these video ideas to come and discuss these things. So thank you very much, and God bless you, and you should stay blessed. Thank you.
Guys, if anybody has a similar story, or if anyone can relate in any way to the subject of body image, no matter what it is, please share your story down below, because you don't know who it's going to reach, and someone may read it and actually think, you know what, maybe life isn't that bad after all, maybe the situation is not that bad after all. So I'm prompting you guys to please just leave your comments down below, share with us any experience that you've been through, share with mom if you've been through anything like that. If you want to do it privately, as usual, that's always
I'm now on Instagram, guys. I am on Instagram. I will say this. So now you can DM me, private message me on Instagram, mama.diosa. It's a private account, so you have to follow me. But like I've said, please, 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 please love the skin you are in. And I can tell you, I'm 40 now. It does get better. I wear my very inappropriate short skirts. I live my life. Right now I'm wearing a hair that is bigger than this frame. But you know what? I love myself. You too are going to love yourself. It does get better.
Definitely.
So take care of yourself and each other.
We'll see you in the next video, guys.
Bye. And as usual, don't forget to comment, like,
don't forget
and subscribe.
to comment, like, and of course subscribe
We
to the channel.
leave off your comments, guys. When we look at them, we know that you are watching, and thank you for viewing our videos.
And don't forget to turn on your notification button.
Please do. Your notification button is very important. We are practicing consistency on this channel, guys, so don't forget your notification button.
Yeah. Bye guys.